Here is Barkley, left side, big hole. Saquon Barkley! Uh-oh! Barkley! Goodbye! Dunk it in. Doncic, 47.
I'll give him a dunk. On a night you had 47 points, you get the benefit of the doubt.
Moss the back, Terrace the snap. Moss the block. Burrow going deep. He's got him! Touchdown! Jamar Chase.
LeBron leaked out. They didn't see him. Here he is down court. It's up and in. Will it count? LeBron James at the buzzer. 23-yard completion. Here goes Taylor. With Pierce in front. Touchdown, Colts.
Curry gets free. Curry puts up a three. Bang! Bang! He ties the game with 6.3 remaining.
Mahomes flushed out again all the way back. Turning the corner. Fires downfield. Caught. Touchdown.
Timeout. SGA. Probing. Piercing. Spinning. Hanging for the lead. And SGA knocks it down with just under a second to go. Oh, hit, throw. Oh, come on. Justin Jefferson. You got to be kidding. Makes it look so routine. Greatest catch that never existed in NFL history.
Edwards puts up a three. It's good. Anthony Edwards once again. Edwards electricity here in game 4. Here's a first and goal. And he's signaling as he backpedals to the 30. Oh, what a catch! Touchdown, Baltimore.
Is it Francis? Giannis says no. Back the other way, Trent. Giannis inside. At both ends.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Matty Ice here with Profit Props. This is the Sharp Side. As always, we will recap yesterday first, and by yesterday, I actually mean Saturday's stream. No stream yesterday. 1-1 on Saturday's stream. We cashed Ja Morant under 21.5, and we hooked on Pascal Siakam under 36.5 PRAs. He finished with 37. If you ask me, the assist he had to, I believe it was Andrew Nembhard, where he took 3 dribbles. Questionable assist to me. I'm not going to cry about it, but it was graded as an assist, so we will grade it as a loss. 1-1 on the day on Saturday. I do appreciate y'all for tapping in, whether it's Twitch, YouTube, X. If you're watching on X, drop a like, drop a retweet. If you're on YouTube, make sure you drop a like there as well. Help me grow the brand and help me grow the page. I appreciate y'all for doing that. We've got a decent-sized NBA slate today, but we do have some pretty nasty spreads. We've got Pacers at Pistons, 7 p.m. Pistons are about a 10.5, 11-point favorite at home. We've got Clippers at Sixers. 76ers are a 5.5-point favorite at home. We have Bucks, Cavs. Cavs are a 7-point favorite at home. Giannis is probable in that game. Garland's out. We'll go through the full injury report. Knicks versus Heat. Heat are 2-point favorites at home. No Hero yet, but he is getting closer to returning. Raptors versus Hornets. Our Raptors are 8.5-point favorites at home. LaMelo, I do believe, is probable in that game as well. Dallas versus Minnesota. This is where it starts to get really nasty. 14.5, 15-point favorites for Minnesota. Thunder versus Pelicans. Pelicans are 18-point favorites on the road. Bulls versus Nuggets. Nuggets are 15-point favorites at home. So a couple of those games, especially as we get later in, are kind of nasty. But on the front half, hold on. I just saw Underdog tweeted something. Is it injury news or Deuce McBride available? NFL news about Justin Jacobs. All right, we're good. If anything new in the NBA, yo, appreciate you tapping in. If anything new comes up in the NBA, throw it in the comments if I don't see it. We'll get right into the first game today, though. We'll get into Duncan's threes later. Let's start with Indiana versus Detroit. Look at the injury slate here. It's been a common theme with Indiana Pacers. They've been injured. It looks like Mathurin could return today. I haven't seen anything official on that, but keep that in mind. We've got Naismith now out. Very beat-up Indiana team on the Detroit side of the ball. It's not looking much better. Azor Thompson went through shoot-around. I would lean towards he goes. Cade and Jalen Duran both on the injury report. With them being 10-point favorites, I lean towards at least Cade going. Cade's been out for 6 days. I think he's missed 1 or 2 games. Even on a return, wouldn't expect much of a minutes limit. Keep in mind as well, Cade is just signed the Nike 6-year deal, got his signature shoe and all that good stuff. Could be some extra motivation coming into this game. Line tells me markets think he's going. I'm trying to rob FanDuel and Hobby. Appreciate the likes and retweets. Cade unders. Let me go see where I come in at. Market's leaning that under 27.5. I really hate playing Pacers unders, even when my model agrees with them. Cade, the Pistons, Cade Cunningham. It's not a very big edge either, although my rebounds, I do like Cade's rebounds under. Every game's been with Duran. He had 12 versus Washington. What are the Pacers in rebounds allowed per game? 27th. Okay. Be afraid to take any unders there. Going to be no opinions on Cade. My model's pretty close on points, assists. Let me see threes. I don't know if I checked it. The juice is nasty. So, I mean, if you want to lay minus 200, I do see an edge to Cade's threes. Pacers, what are the Pacers in three-pointers allowed? 6th fewest. Have to go to the props.cash mobile site to see where they are from above the break. Anything on Donovan Mitchell today? Love the points over. We'll get there. It was 27.5 this morning at 365. Now the market's kind of painted 28.5, but I still lean on over. We'll get there. I do lean over Donovan Mitchell's points. It's that time of season, dealing with a little bit of congestion, so just bear with me there. Indy's defense, 4th fewest points from above the break. I really love Cade's under 2.5 threes. It's a lay piece. I think you could pair it with we'll get to this later, but Giannis under 7.5. There's some minus 150s out there. So we'll get to that as well. Cade under 2.5 threes is my closest bet. But it is pricey. It's almost like a lay piece. McConnell, you can see the minutes continue to go up, 11, 15, 16. I've talked how I expect this to continue to rise. We're probably going to get just under 20 tonight. Is he off of? Hey, I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Best of luck to you as well. I think we continue to see a minutes bump here, just under 20. Versus a high pace. Pistons aren't slow pace. I'm going to stay off of McConnell, but I do think we continue to see the minutes climb. I just spoke on Pascal. I think one of those assists was not really an assist, if you ask me, but we lost, so we move. Where's my model at today? I think I was slightly over Pascal's points today. Pacers, Pascal. I'm at 24.6, so a slight lean over. Rebounds, I'm at 7.1, slight lean over. But the assists, I might see an edge in the assists. There's some juicy 3.5s out there. What's the PA line? 27.5 painted. The fewest assists allowed per game. I thought it was good. I didn't realize it was that good. Lean over his assists, but it's kind of nasty. You like Pascal's RAs? Yeah, I could get behind the RAs. What was my rebound number? I have a slight edge to the boards. Yeah, I said 7-1, and then assists I'm at 5-1. So I'm about 12.2 personally. I do lean over the RAs there, especially if you could get Durant not to go. Which I have as day-to-day. But if Durant doesn't go, I would really like a Pascal's over RAs. I definitely like a Pascal over RAs in that one. Jarris Walker, 9.5 is the line. No opinions on points, rebounds, or assists for me there. Azor, I saw went through shoot around, do lean towards he plays. Detroit is banged up. Hard to play anything here without knowing more on Cade and Duran. Just approach this game with caution until we get some more clarity there. Also, should there not have been an update? Yeah, like when Azor Thompson went through shoot around. Yeah, what about Cade? Like, tomorrow is a back-to-back. Tomorrow is a back-to-back. Is it just me, or does this feel more like an unpredictable time than usual in the NBA? You know what, Aaron? I don't disagree with you. Chef, what's up? Appreciate you for tapping in. I don't disagree with you. I think in the early season, blowouts got nasty, which blowouts in the NBA has been a common theme and joke. But I feel like we saw more than usual early. The back-to-back on rest does, I think it's just evolving, really. The league is evolving. Like, you used to not see rest come in until later into the season, especially for younger guys, right? Now you're seeing it more and more. The Memphis coach, I mean, a lot of it's new coaching styles too. The Memphis coach, while I don't agree with what he's doing, is trying to run like a FIBA-type offense. Nobody's playing more than 32 minutes. The expectation is you get like 5 good runs at 6-7 minutes as hard as you can go. Players don't seem to like that. So, no, I don't think that's I think you've got a good read. I think it does feel different this year. And you just kind of have to navigate that into your game plan as you go. There's definitely been some shit I've missed this year where I feel like I should have cashed, but whether it is, like you said, rotations or a competitive game went to a blowout, whatever the case may be, it does feel like an odd season, but definitely still beatable. It's just one of those things you've always got to be kind of changing your approaches. So, no, I don't think you're wrong, though. It's just we got to find different ways to beat him this year. Benedict Mathurin, we said, could return today. Hold on, let me go. Yeah, he's still questionable. Killed it in the first 2 games. Got injured. Yeah. He was a Euro guy. Ooh. Yeah, if Mathurin's back, I think volume's going to be through the roof. Yeah, okay, we got to talk about that too, because I do think they're trying to use like AI to grade some of this shit, and I think that's why we're getting some funky-ass grades at first, and that's why we're seeing the stat corrections. So, yes, and then pace as well, yes. I've been betting now since like early 2020, the start of 2020, and I can remember like 230 was a very high NBA total. I used to remember betting a lot of like under 208s, under 210s, and then it slowly moved up to 222. Now we're seeing 230s all the time. We see some 240s. So, yeah, the pace is definitely saying, when you say going, where are you referring to? Man, I don't even remember what I said. Taking Maxey over. Okay, I do like that question. I'm at third. The line's at 30.5. I'm at about 32. So we'll get into Maxey as well. This game, I'm going to have nothing official. We've got a lot of very key players. Questionable. Duran, Cade, Benedict Mathurin, Azor Thompson. I have nothing official. I will say when I went through this morning, Duncan Robinson under 4.5 threes stood out to me, but the price is like minus 150 or worse. even moved a little bit since I saw it minus 165. So I do lean under Duncan's threes. Outside of that, though, I need to see who is and is not playing in this game. Moving on to the Clippers versus Philly. PG, I do believe, could return today. I'm sure he'll be on a minutes limit. Kawhi could play today. He's been out for no lines even up for Kawhi. I want to say Kawhi's been out for like 7 to 10, if not a few more days. Let me go to the injury report here. Los Angeles Clippers yet to submit. So, I mean, still some revenge narrative, I think, for James Harden. You know, he did play in Philly. Things didn't work out. Hey, just saw a bald eagle. Let's go. Let's go. We got some bald eagles where I live. I just saw some a few days. Well, it's been probably a month ago. Autumn Glory Festival. Zubox boards in this one. Let me see where I come in at. So no Embiid, right? Yeah, no Embiid. Where's my model come in for Zubox boards? Zoo. Clippers. 10.6. What's the market? I do lean under. It's I lean under the 11.5. It's juicy. But then at the 10.5 minus 06, I think it's like fair. So I would lean under the 11.5, but I don't want anything to do with the under 10.5. I make it 10.6, so not a lot of edge there. Shout outs, props.cash for the like and the retweet. Appreciate y'all. Chef, I appreciate you. Javi, I appreciate you. George, I appreciate you. Steven Garza, I appreciate you. Shakur, I know you've been tapping in for a while now. I appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the engagement. Hopefully I can get y'all. You got it at 10.5. At 10.5, I could go either way, honestly. At 10.5, I'm not mad. Because I'm at 10.6. I would have maybe even looked at the double price, but it might have been awful. So I can't talk you off of the 10.5, but I would not take an over 11.5. 10.6 is about what I make it, so I think at worst you're betting a fair price. Drummond, we have to look without Embiid. Keep in mind PG could be back. I don't know how that'll change things. Over in 4 straight without Embiid in terms of points. What were his field goal attempts in those games? Also, I'm sure a lot of them were as role men. Zubac is a strong defender. Mostly putbacks, though. Mostly putbacks. If I had to bet something on Drummond, I'd go double-double. If you made me bet something on Drummond, I'd go double-double. I lean over his boards and points a little bit, but with them both being over 10 and you being able to play the double-double at 1.25, even $1.20. Yeah, I like the double-double if I had to make a bet on that one. Luckily, I don't have to, and then we'll wait and see with Kawhi and PG if anything happens with those two. Harden's hard for me to play. Bald without Kawhi Leonard. Let's see if we can. Yesterday was a back-to-back, so this could just be he's playing the back end of it. Which will take away from Harden's usage a little bit. Have to wait and see with if Kawhi is playing before I bet anything with James Harden. Maxey 29.5. I do like this over. Let's talk about this one a little more. Even if PG's in the game, I'm not. I don't really care. Yeah, I make it 32 flat. Now I do think maybe has the market moved in our direction or against us here? Moving against us, but we can play a 29.5, 112 at DK right now, and I think I might. Maxey over 29.5, I think, is going to be my first play. Yeah, you're fat. You're not lying. I can't believe the Thunder have. I mean, that Shea trade to get the best player, eventual best player in the league +5. I mean, what a shout outs to their GM. Bro will go down as one of the GOATs. I think I got to run Maxey over 29.5, 112 at DK. 110 at MGM and Hard Rock, actually. Everyone's 29.5. And I will say this one's moved. It opened 30.5 and moved down. So I'm buying the reverse line movement, but I'm buying it. NBA points. Okay, so the 30 plus is -116, over 29.5 as well. You gotta check that every once in a while. Every once in a while, I fuck up. All right, I got it in. Actually feel really lucky I got that in because they usually don't let me double bet, but what I did is I bet the 30 plus and the over 29.5, and I got it all on there. First official play, Tyrese Maxey over 29.5 points. I know PG could return. Still make that number 32 without Embiid. Feel like that number is way too low. They don't defend pick and roll ball handlers that well. Feel like that's a bulletproof spot. Next spot I wanted to look at, John Collins under his PRs, especially if we could get Kawhi back in any capacity, even a limited capacity. I've got a 21.5, 114 available at DraftKings here. I make the number 17.5, middle of the pack, first points, rebounds, and assists allowed. Second play going to be John Collins under 21.5, -114. Let me get that one in, and then we'll keep it moving. Got comments here. They got PG at 11.5. Yeah, I think he'll probably play like 20 minutes first game back. I feel like that's another thing we're seeing in the NBA. Was that ADC that commented on that? Or no, that was Aaron. You're seeing like even PG's a vet, but even like not older players, you'll see slowly be worked back in, like slower than in years past. And I don't think the players low-key really like it. They're just being forced on it. And you know what? Maybe it will lead to longer careers. We'll have to see about that. John Collins under 24.5, though. Yep. Cool. Let me get that to the banner and we will move. Yeah, PR under. PR under is what I ran. Okay, moving on from Collins, and we just cashed on a similar line not too long ago. You know, Edgecombe and Quentin Grimes both could be impacted by the PG return. I would be slower to attack either of those two today, although if you got a good read, take it, but nothing official from me. Let's go see Boggy is a good buy low spot if you think Kawhi's not going. I think he can still score 12 in 24, 25 minutes, but it's a good buy low spot if you think Kawhi is not going. If Kawhi does go, you probably can get that closer to 10 plus. Maxey over, John Collins under. Those are the only two things I had wrote down in this game. Any other requests? We talk about Drummond. If you're going to go Drummond, I like the double-double at $1.20. I like the double-double for Drummond. Harden, I want to wait and see with Kawhi. I don't want to get stuck with a bad line there. I'd rather just play whatever the line is when the lineup's announced. All right, moving on. Milwaukee, Cleveland, points. Giannis is probable. Garland out. Strus out. Kevin Porter been out. So Giannis probable is the big question mark here. I think he goes, and let me just confirm that probable. John, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the like. Appreciate the retweet. Abraham, rebounds for Maxey. I'll tell you what my projections were. I played the points. Rebounds for Maxey, I'm at 5.1. The market is at, let me just circle back there real quick for you, and then I will move on. Maxey rebounds, I'm at 5.1. Yeah, fuck yeah, I like this over, actually. I like this over a lot. $130 at Hard Rock, $130 at Fanatics, $139 at Rivers, $136 at FanDuel, $135 at Prop Builder. I like this. It's a little juicy, but I like the over. As I said, middle of the pack in rebounds allowed. Let me see. Jason, appreciate the like. Appreciate you tapping in, Jay Bird and Steven Garza. Let me see something real quick. I do like this Maxey overboards. Yeah, I think you could run this even as a straight. That's something I've been trying to do recently, is just see value as value. Don't be afraid to lay a minus 140 if the minus 140 should be minus 210, you know. Over a 9 to 10, B plus matchup, 25th in rebounds allowed to guards. I think we go just 1 unit risked, and I'll grade versus FanDuel. One unit risk, I'll grade versus FanDuel at 136. You can absolutely beat that line, but I'll grade versus FanDuel. Tyrese Maxey. I'm going to play this as well. I'm going just 1 unit opposed to winning 1 unit. I'm reducing risk a little bit. I've got 132 at FanDuel if you bet the 4+ opposed to over 3.5. Fanatics just moved to minus 125. Yeah, I got Giannis's over tonight. Lean mono projection at least. Fanatics just moved. All right, actually, whoever requested Maxey, I'm not betting it yet. But I'm going to see if I can get this at 125 painted later. It looks like it's came down a little bit, so let's wait on Maxey and try to get a better number. But I do like the over. I do absolutely like the over. All right, out of here. Milwaukee, Cleveland, Miles Turner. I think I have a slight lean. I forget if it's over or under. There was something for Turner this morning. Bucks. It's slight. I mean, the market's 12.5. I'm at 12.1 on his points, so nothing officially there. Nothing official at all on Miles Turner. Just a slight lean to his points under. Jared Allen, line is 14.5. He had 8 in the last matchup versus Milwaukee. Just 2 fouls. He did spend some time on Giannis. Giannis got by him too a lot, but he also got by Mobley, and he gets by everybody. So Can't really do much about that. Model projections. Lonzo assists. We'll definitely look at it, man. He's been printing even on short minutes. Jared Allen, I am at 15.6. So I do lean over there, but it's not a lot. I'm at 7.8 on his boards. Lean over points, definitely lean under here, but he did have 11 in the last matchup versus Milwaukee. He's actually over that line in 8 of his last 9 versus Milwaukee. I'm going to stay off of it, but I definitely lean under. First quarter points for Jared Allen. Is that line 4.5 what you're seeing? I'm not sure what all is out there. Like the 4.5, would love a 3.5 though. You got to shop around for alts in that market, but I would love Jared Allen 3.5 points over. Got a 3.5. Yeah, that's that 4+. I definitely like that 4+. I definitely like that 4+. Lonzo assists. You can lay a 130. And then defensive analysis, 4.5. 12th in average, so nothing crazy. He had 5 in the last matchup. So what I'll say is his conversion rate has been crazy. This made it to my sheet this morning, so I'll definitely look at that. I like Lonzo's assists, but if you look down here, bro, the conversion rate is crazy. 5 for 6, 8 for 8, 2 for 4, 4 for 7, 8 for 11. Like a true general potential assists is like 50-50, right? And then, obviously there's an argument that a better passer will put you in a better situation to get you a better shot, so you'll convert a little better, right? The conversion rate right now is so high. I think there's some room for some regression here. 8.5 potential assists per game, averaging 5.4. Yeah, that's pretty incredible. So I think do some regression here. But I also would not bet the under. I'll tell you where my model comes in. 1 second here. Cleveland. Put Lonzo here. 9.94 points and 6.65 assists. So, yeah, I do lean over for Lonzo Ball's assists. Lean over his points, too. I come in around 9. I could get behind a PA's over even. But I'll leave those as leans, man. Minutes are hard to spot. Model likes Ryan Rollins over his points here, and I do think he had 14 in the last game. I went back and rewatched that last game. They definitely will help onto Giannis. You'll see Mobley and Allen on him a lot. They will help. It's not like a Lakers help where they'll literally just send a second guy at you. It's a little different. They're more feinting at the player. Although I did see a few times, you could watch out for Giannis's assists here. I did see a few times the defender would turn their back to their opponent and just stare, basically at Giannis. That is going to lead to a lot of cut opportunities, I think, again tonight. I don't know what Giannis's assists were in that last game. I would lean over the 6.5 again tonight. Again, it's not a full-on double like other teams have done. But obviously, I saw several times where they were offering a little bit of a help and they lose track of their man. Now you get a back cut replaced from the guy in the corner. There's going to be a lot of opportunities for Giannis's assists. He just had 18 versus Charlotte. Again, not exact similar. Charlotte literally sold out versus him. I don't think we see that, but I do think we see help. So I would lean over Giannis assists. Someone asked me about his points. I lean over. He had a 40 ball in the last game. A lot of attempts. And again, he had Jared Allen on him a lot. Even when it was Mobley, he got by Mobley pretty easily. And then when it was Jared Allen, there was just no stopping him. I think what they can do better when he would get Adam Allen on him, he would reject the screen. They'd bring the screen. He'd reject the screen. If you're Jared Allen, you've just got to force him into that. And I mean, it's obviously a difficult task. But I think you'll try to see that game plan today. And then in the pick and roll, you'll see Miles Turner play a deep drop. So it makes threes interesting in this game. But then you'll see Giannis give a really not a deep drop. He maybe still a drop, but he's so tall, the hedge is there. He's hard to get around. So like Donovan pull up threes, I'm not as big of a fan as maybe some other teams that'll play this much drop. I don't know what the line is. I lean over his points more. He had just one. What was the volume though? I mean, 8's honestly low. It's 2.5 below his season average. I still think he can get it going as a scorer, just not from as much as from behind 3 tonight as other games. What did DeAndre Hunter do in that last matchup? He had 16. We've been hooked on his 16 once this season. Can't remember if that was with Garland or without. That was without Garland. Okay. Getting closer to think Hunter is just fair. I make Hunter 18, so yeah, the market's just caught up to the right price there. DeAndre Hunter, 2 threes, 5 boards, and 3 assists. 5 boards, nothing there, nothing there. I would lean under here as well. What is Milwaukee and above the break scoring allowed though? Yeah, they don't allow much to spot up. This might actually be a decent DeAndre Hunter. This might be a decent DeAndre Hunter spot. Oh my Lord, please just work. 1 second, boys and ladies. I see y'all be tapped into. Appreciate it. I really do. Don't think I don't. Hunter, 3-pointers made. I would be fine playing this under 150 straight. It looks like Pinnacle's even at under minus 138. If you got offshore outs, I do like this under. We'll get to Ant in a little bit, but my initial thoughts this morning were points over. I don't think I had any thoughts on the rebounds. Definitely lean under DeAndre Hunter's threes. Let's see everything I have wrote down. Miles Turner under 13.5, but I believe that moved this morning. I think they're all 12.5s now. There's a Rivers 140, but outside of that, everyone's moved. AJ Green over 8.5 points I had wrote down in this one. And what is Cleveland in 3-pointers allowed? I think they allow more. Yeah, they're dog shit versus spot up. That's what I thought. Four for 7 from 3 in the last matchup. Kuzma's playing more, but you're seeing AJ Green solid about 25 minutes a game. He did play 31 in the last one versus Cleveland. Might not get that same run tonight, but he should be in the mid-20s. I lean over points and threes here, but the points lean is higher. Got an 8.5, 121 at Rivers. A lot of 9.5 plus monies. Wavy, I appreciate the like. Appreciate you tapping in. AJ Green over points and threes is a pretty strong lean for me. Come in at 3 threes made. I think we can get plus money. Yeah, plus 118. Plus 128 at DK. Second most spot up threes allowed this season. What was his volume versus Charlotte? Only 4, but then he had 10 versus. Who was that last game? Oh, yeah, my Lakers, but it's similar. It's different. But Lakers, I mean, this is probably like 29 and 30, right? Versus spot up. What are the Lakers? What are my Lakers? I promise you, the Lakers are dog shit versus spot up. I don't have it because they're not playing. I don't have it right in front of me. AJ Green's threes is very interesting to me. 3+ at plus money. I'm not going to bet that yet, but I like the volume spot. I'll come back to that. I wrote down this morning I would be interested in a Donovan Mitchell under 6.5 assists if I could get it. The 5.5 is juiced to the over, so there's still a shot, but at the current prices, I don't want it. I also had Evan Mobley under 9.5 boards. Let's go look into that a little bit. Eight in the last matchup versus Milwaukee's under that line in 5 straight versus Milwaukee. Obviously need Giannis to play to want to play this. Looks like the price is kind of shitty. It's shitty, but it's 9.5 painted, 140. Rivers, MGM, Caesars, Pinnacle. You got a 145 at Fanatics and a 146 at FanDuel. I just need Giannis to play to like this. But if Giannis doesn't go, I hate it. He's probable. I'm running the under 9.5 minus 139 at Rivers. Running the under 9.5 minus 139 at Rivers. I'm reducing risk and just going 1 unit. Got it in. Evan Mobley under 9.5 rebounds. Let me add that to the banner. Third play for today. Obviously, we're dependent on Giannis playing on that one, but I do feel like he gives it a go. DeAndre Hunter we spoke about. And then, the last one on my list was Sam Merrill. And someone requested Sam Merrill over his points. I like it. I like it a lot. I think I came in around 12. You'll see where the market's at. Points is painted 10. Well, I guess there's 1 or 2 11.5s out there, but mostly 10.5. 113 at Caesars is the best price. I make this line 13.4 with 3.5 3-pointers made. Wow. You don't see that often unless there's something wrong. I think there is something wrong. That's all right. I'll fix that. Yep, we'll fix that. Okay. Already 3 plays locked in. Must be a good NBA board other than there's late. Yeah, and honestly, bro, like I probably won't have anything in the late game. So that's just forewarning. My closest play that I haven't played here, I've got 2 for you. Donovan Mitchell over his points. And the reason I haven't played this is I didn't get the best number. This was 27.5 this morning, and I missed it. If you got it, great play. I missed it. I'm cool off of it. Hunter under his threes. It's a nasty juice play, minus 160, but I really like that spot there as well. Let's move on from the Milwaukee-Cleveland game into the New York Knicks versus the Miami Heat. Injury report, we've got Brunson out. Deuce, I saw, is good to go now. OG's out. For Miami, we've got Bam and Hero still out, but I believe Hero's getting closer to returning. Cat went crazy, especially in the first half last game without Brunson. This is the same matchup. Okay, I thought so. Exact same matchup. Still no Bam. Towns went crazy. Now we're getting a 28.5 line. I just feel like if he's going to get the same looks, I haven't seen it yet. No, I'll get into hearts right now. I lean over Towns threes. That's the closest I'm going to come to anything there. I spoke a lot last stream about how his line was between 10.5 and 11.5. Fell 11. I would lean under this 12.5. I would lean under the 12.5. That's going to be it, though, on Towns. Mitch Robinson, 10 boards last game in 14 minutes. He grabbed like 2 offensive rebounds as soon as he came in the game. But nothing official there. Where 14, 15, 10.5. Let me look at my model here. Yes, Robinson was in huge foul trouble. 100% facts. Lean over Khalil Ware's points and rebounds, but I'm not going to have anything official on either one of those. What did McBride do last game? 9 points, 3 threes. I don't know if he was 3 for 3. No, only one of them were threes. Okay. What was his 3-point volume in the last one? 6 is still good volume. I wouldn't pay the 3+ at minus odds, though. Davion Mitchell assists. He had 11 in that last one. Yeah, this one's juicy. You've got a 130, 130 out there. You've got a 136 out there. I do lean over myself. I just don't want to pay the price. All right, you said Hart was adjusted 6.5 on his assists. Yeah, these are closer to last year's lines, and he did play 33 minutes. I would assume without Brunson, he runs similar minutes today. We did cash Norman Powell in this same matchup last game. Now, we played – let me go back and look. I believe we played a 23.5, 24.5. I had him projected at 28. Let's go back. Norman Powell. We got him at 22.5 versus the Knicks. Now that line's 25.5. What do I make it? Hyde, Norman Powell. 26.56, a lot closer to market now, but I am at 4.16 3-pointers made. I'll take the plus 104 at FanDuel. Thank you very much. He did go bonkers, yeah. That's right. I'm running Norman Powell 4+3s right now. Cool. Let me add that. Volume's been through the roof. You saw the volume he got in the last game. We're going to see the same volume. As soon as he touches the ball, he's looking for a three. And honestly, it's that whole Miami team. They just shoot it a lot. They're trying to get, I think what Spo has said is they want their first shot to be within 10 seconds of the shot clock. Look at his last 3 games, 9, 10, 15 3-point attempts. I think we're closer to 10, 11, 12 again today, 33% on open looks. Give me that and move on happily. Shamet should be in extended minutes again here tonight. Again, fast-paced game. Volume should be up. This line feels a little low to me as well. I'm going to leave Landry's as a lean, but I do lean over Landry Shamet. How many minutes? Jordan Clarkson played 33 minutes last game. Is there anything that happened that I'm not thinking of that's going to take away from his minutes tonight? I met him last year at the Four Seasons in New York. That was when he was with Utah. I met him, Colin Sexton, Lauri Markkanen. 15 plus. I mean, even 15 and a half, I'm totally fine with. As long as he plays 30 minutes. I mean, I need like probably 22 to be happy here. Let me see something. I like Jordan Clarkson overs. Definitely lean over. I think I saw this morning that he was a go. Let me check Underdog again, but I'm 99% sure I saw this morning. Rubber Band Rara, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the like. Appreciate the retweet, brother. Yeah, 1 hour ago, Deuce McBride, personal, available to play on Monday. Yeah. Deuce McBride is Miles McBride. Yeah, so he's good to go. Yeah, I'm not mad at any Clarkson overs. I definitely lean over there myself. Charlotte, Toronto, the last good game on the slate. The next 3 are all 15-plus point blowouts. So I'm not sure you're going to find me with anything in those. Charlotte rebounds incredibly well, I think, versus all positions. Okay, so that line's really 8.5. There's just some 9.5 straggling around here. DraftKings moved, but that's a good line. This is actually a little bit cheaper now. That's a good line. Birdman Stan, appreciate the like, appreciate the retweet, brother. I appreciate you tapping in. Everything I played is down there at the bottom. So if you have a Bet Rivers, that 9.5 minus 137 is money. If you've got a FanDuel, the 9.5 minus 154, I still like, but not as much. Definitely lean under Jakob Poeltl's rebounds here. Points I would actually lean over, though. So over his points and under his boards in this one. I think Kalkbrenner was questionable. Was he not? Was it last game, maybe? Okay, he looks like he's good to go. So Disregard that. Abaji now might be I think he missed the last game. I might be butchering his name. Diabate boards. I only played 23 in that last game. Foul trouble? Foul? No. 11 boards versus OKC, though. Minutes are hard to spot, man, but I like Diabate over his boards. I think that double-double at plus 300, plus 402. I think there's some value there, bro. I do think there's some value there. Diabate over, or Diabate double-double at plus 400. I do like that as a sprinkle spot. LaMelo's second game back from that injury? Yeah, because he sat the back end of the last double-double. Played 28 minutes. It was definitely a hard cap on his minutes too, because that game went to overtime and he played none. I do think we see it increase today. Somewhere between 30, 31, 32 minutes is probably what he gets. Is that enough for me to take any overs? Probably not. He did have 10 assists in 27 minutes. He is over this in 10 straight. I do think he gets a little bit of a minutes bump. What are they in assists allowed? .13th, mid. Definitely shouldn't see his minutes go down any outside of a blowout. I will say, though, I would say with almost extreme certainty that if this one got ugly, they would just be more than comfortable to just sit his ass down. I do say that. I would say hard cap around 30 minutes. He played 27 last one. Hard cap around 30. I would say 32 would definitely be a max. I mean, I still think he could get there, though. LaMelo over 7.5. I'm not mad at that. Lean over there. Minutes restriction is the only thing that'll keep me off of it from an official play, but I definitely would lean over. This feels like a good – took CMC at 40. It's a win for me. Oh, yeah, bro. That was disgusting. I got him at 48. He had exactly 40, I believe. I did have him as 40-plus in LA, but, yeah, that was disgusting. Emmanuel quickly. I lean over quickly. Cole Anthony assists. We'll get into Cole Anthony's assists here. Lean over quickly. Milwaukee. Cole Anthony. No one requested this one earlier. Did he not play in the Cleveland game? No, he did not. Cole Anthony. Got a 140 at MGM. I lean over there too. It's a little pricey, but I could get behind that. I don't hate it for sure. I would lean over for Cole Anthony's assists. Emmanuel quickly lean over his points, boys, but that's going to be about it. Nothing official there. I do want to see where I come in at Scotty Barnes. As I said, Charlotte rebounds the ball quite well. Now, they don't. They allow a bunch of assists. We're getting a reduced line on Scotty's points there already. Derek Jones Jr. ruled out. See if we get any more news in that Clippers game. If you're asking, no, I'm not worried about John Collins. Looks like that's all we have for now. Would love to get some Kawhi news so I could circle back for James Harden. Would love to get some Kawhi news. Sorry, Scotty Barnes. I don't have anything here. I thought his rebounds number would be higher after the last 3 games, but they're not. Dooley under his points. 18.5 is basically the painted line. Lean under Scotty points and rebounds, but not really. You took him over because of my model projections? Let me double check, make sure I got the right thing. Make sure I looked at the right thing. Oh, yeah, I am at over. Okay, that's my apologies. That's my apologies. I was looking at Emmanuel Quickley's there. Thought I was at 15.8. On your own. Okay, mine's also over a little bit. I was looking at Quickley's, but even mine shows not enough edge over. Even mine shows not enough edge over. So, yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with you there. I'm at 19.7, but in the read, I don't not like it as much. Someone asked about Shai's rebounds. Boy, them games going to be ugly. That OKC game's like 15-point spread. That OKC game going to be ugly. No opinion for Scotty. I think we're getting the reduced rebound number that's closer to what I projected it. So I was hoping we would get like an 8.5, 9.5, but I ended with nothing. Brandon Ingram. Got him at about a 20 ball. The line's 20.5, though. So going to be nothing official for me there. Ingram rebounds. Like I said, they rebound the ball quite well. I do lean under here at 3.7, but you got to lay a 160. I've got no opinions there. No opinions there. Yeah, I think that's going to call it for this game as well. I don't think there was any other requests. I got no other opinions on this one. Now, like I said, the last couple are disgusting. I'm not going to have many opinions. Dallas, Minnesota, Exum game time decision. The backup, Nembhard game time decision. AD still going to be out for a little bit. Spread on this one's crazy. So I just approach it with caution. I would very much consider Anthony Edwards. Like if it's close, he can play 38 to 40. This 28, 29, I think that's a better volume spot for him today. Maybe like a Max Christie. His minutes seem to be okay in blowouts. Love him to hit 2 threes. The price is 160 though. Any requests? I don't have a good read in this. Model is at 25. Wow, you big on Scotty then. I like Max Christie's over. That's the closest play I have to the Dallas-Minnesota game. That one's just ugly. Zion could return today, I think, for the Pelicans. I think Jordan Poole's maybe a week out, I read. So hopefully some good signs coming for them. This is a 15-point spread, however. I know we had a request on Shai's boards. I don't love attacking games like this. Line's 4.5. Super juice to the under. I'd be shocked if he played 36 minutes tonight. Yeah, I mean, I was going to say they play a lot of drop, the Pelicans do, so the threes might be a look, but they're already charging you minus 180 on it, so I've had a lot of requests recently about Trey Murphy. Look, I know the usage percentage has been great. Let me go here. Usage percentage has been great, and this suppressed line actually tells me they think Zion's going to play. But this line was hovering around 21.5, 22.5. Look, Storch just specifically asked. Zion's probably back today. That's why that line's so low. Let's go look at with Zion. I just don't have an opinion. Now, it does make sense. With Zion back, Trey's threes could finally make sense. As you can see, the last game he played was versus OKC, and he had 5. If Zion plays, even in a reduced role, 25 minutes, I would love a Trey Murphy threes. OKC allows a bunch of spot-up shots. So in that scenario, yes, I can get there, but I would rather just wait and see if Zion's playing first. You asked about a Shea PRA under. I mean, I don't love it. I think he can get this in 3 quarters. I do. I mean, he could drop 35 in 3 quarters. I think he's missed. Let's just do the fucking math. I think he's missed almost half of the 4th quarters this season. 14 games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In over half of those games, he has not played a 4th quarter minute. And I would project that to be the same tonight. I still think he can get 44 PRAs, though, in 3 quarters. You see, and he's still hovering around 30 minutes in the first 3 quarters already. So that puts him on pace for probably 36 to 38 minutes per game. So I've got no opinion. This one's going to get ugly. That one's going to get real ugly. Chicago, Denver, what do we got? What do we have here? Collins, a game time decision. Jones, a game time decision. I do believe Kobe White is getting closer. We've also got Jokic and Cameron Johnson game time decisions. Cam Johnson's kind of played like shit, and it doesn't really matter because the Nuggets have still been crushing. Not got what anyone expected out of him so far this year. I will say, though, we've all known Aaron Gordon's been a good player, but the way he's played this season has honestly surprised me a little bit. Now, a lot of it is off of like great cuts. He's just got a few more attempts than I would have projected on my own. But really, really happy with the way Aaron Gordon's played. He looks like an all-star. We should vote him into the all-star game. I remember he said if he was an all-star, he'd do the dunk contest again. So I don't know if he's got the bounce like he did 5 or 6 years ago, but obviously that would be cool to see. Man, Buzeles, I've just had a very difficult time spotting his good games versus his not good games. I'm looking into Monday Night Football in this stream. I'm actually about to wrap up this right now and move into Monday Night Football. I could get behind a Giddey RA's over. Almost plus 500 on the triple-double, maybe worth a sprinkle, but again, it's a blowout game, so I wouldn't touch it. I am going to wrap up the NBA right there. What do we end with? 5 official plays, and then we can move on to the NFL. We've got Tyrese Maxey over 29.5, John Collins under 24.5, Evan Mobley under 9.5. I should say this better. Maxey over 29.5 points, Collins under 21.5 points plus rebounds, Mobley under 9.5 rebounds, and Norman Powell over 3.5 3-pointers made. Let's go ahead and move into Monday Night Football now. We have got the Raiders versus the Cowboys. 50.5 on the total. Should be a blowout game. I don't mean to say blowout. Shootout. I meant to say a shootout game. I don't think it'll be a blowout. I don't know what the Cowboys are. I remember they are at home, right? NFL odds. No, they're 3.5-point favorites on the road. This game is at Allegiant Stadium. Immediate first thoughts is the odds are a little too low on our boy Dak. Obviously, Geno to throw a pick, but you're probably laying like 2-1, or I'm sorry, minus 200. $150. Honestly, I think there's some value there, and I'm a WVU fan. Like, I love Geno. He's the second best quarterback ever to play at WVU in my lifetime. Pat White was definitely the better college player. Geno's had a much better NFL career, but Pat White is like, he's a top 10 college quarterback of all time, and if you don't agree with me, go fucking argue with a wall. CeeDee Lamb over 26.5 longest reception. That might be interesting too. Hold on, I'm checking in on 249.5, 114 at FanDuel. The 250 plus is probably around minus 120. Paul George expected to make season debut. I would assume he probably gets like 20, 25 minutes, and no, that doesn't make me question my read at all. Jordan Miller out, Boggy now questionable. Interesting, because I was looking at Bogdan's over. Yeah, great call. You can wait and play Geno anytime interception live. As long as he doesn't do it on the first drive, you should get it around minus 125. Let's keep it a buck, though. Bro could throw a pick six first possession. Outside of that, nothing new. I do want to go check two things. Maxi's points have not moved much. He's literally still 29.5. So that's what I assumed as well. So and then hold on a second. I haven't done this yet this season. Might have a double bet. Sorry, I know we're getting to the NFL, but NBA news just broke, and now is a really good time to try to find value. 1 second. I'm going to double bet because the only thing that would make me not like this is if Kawhi definitely didn't go. Has anyone seen anything? I almost want to bet John Collins under PRs. We can go 21.5 and then 22.5. We're already on the 21. I already bet that. I would be willing to go to the 22.5 if Kawhi went for sure, no questions asked. I'm just going to wait. I'm not going to bet it now, but you might see a double bet on John Collins under. The market's moved. I think it's an overreaction, personally. All right, back to the NFL. Sorry about that. I was running Dak's over, actually, and then that news came out. You got to keep in mind, too, with teams like the Raiders, when it looks like their pass defense is middle of the pack, you have to be really careful with teams that are really shitty because you're going to get a lot of games where the fourth quarter, it doesn't matter. You might get 30 or 40 passing yards. I don't think in this game that's what we get. I truly don't. Sorry, I'm betting this right now. I got to get this in, and then we can get it out. All right, I just betted at Rivers. The next best price is DK and FanDuel are both right around -130 on the 250 plus. 249.5 is fine as well. But I just took the 254.5. I took the 249.5 at Rivers though. Geno, I mean, positive game script. Teams are second most passing yards allowed. I think they'll be dogs. I know they're dogs. I think they'll be playing from behind, but a competitive playing from behind, so you don't have to be necessarily airing it out. Probably lean on the side of caution there. So this line's came up a little bit this week, and I missed it. I leaned over Javonte Williams earlier in the week. Market's corrected itself closer to my line. They are coming off of a short bye, or is that what they call that? 10 game, when you get 10 days, coming off a long week. I think Genty gets a ton of touches today. If this line were 60 plus, I'm probably tempted. I think it's pretty close. John Morant will be reevaluated in 1 week with a calf strain. Nothing too crazy. Oh, 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks or is it 1 week? 2 weeks. Sorry, I read that wrong. 2 weeks, grade 1 calf strain. Yep. Jaw's out at least 2 weeks. Nothing else new there. Lean over Javonte Williams. What is the attempts line for? If he gets 17 attempts, though, he's crushing that line. Now, I know the line doesn't say he is, but obviously that's a pretty strong idea of where the market projections are. I think if he goes over 15 or 16 attempts, he's going to crush this line. Is it that high? Good Lord, it is. Kawhi is out. Was that official? Because then we can go bet hard and stuff. You must have it before me. Say less. Where'd you get that? If you got a beat writer, I need you to send them to me. You can just DM me. If you got a beat writer, please just DM me so I can add them to my list. Let's finish this game because it'll lock up the market, and when that happens, I'm still okay with the Collins number. I'm happy with the Collins number. I probably will double bet it, but I want to go look at Harden's overs if Kawhi is officially out. Storage, we'll talk. We'll talk. What's Javonte's attempt? 17.5. See, that makes sense to me. That one makes a lot more sense to me. Yeah, that one makes a lot more sense to me. Go to receiving yards. What do we think about Big Ferg in this game? Let's go to the mobile site here. I want to see how they are versus tight ends. All games. I just want the Dallas versus Vegas game. Receiving yards. And Ferg. They're really good versus tight ends. So honestly, it might be a Ferg under spot. They've really struggled versus wide receivers. Pretty good out of the backfield as well. Okay, all good to know. Raiders allow third least receptions to tight end. Good looking out, bro. I was just looking that up. Storage says Ferguson over everything. That is our sign, I think, to play his unders. Storch, I love you, buddy, but if you say over everything, I think we got to go unders today. First quarter look, okay. First quarter look, okay. I haven't looked at his first. First quarter. See, it's not good with CD. Now, I'm sure his first quarter receptions is probably – it's either a half or 1.5. You tell me. At a half, very interested. At 1.5, not so much. But if you got a first quarter – if you got a first quarter to record one catch at anywhere near like 120, I'm good with that. I can't see the first quarter markets, but to record a catch in the first quarter, I could get down with that. Going to be nothing official for me. They do defend tight ends incredibly well, so bear that in mind when you're looking over this game. Javonte, as I said, they're good out of the backfield as well. Going to be nothing for me there. Storch did request a longest reception. And I do have a little bit of interest in this. It's a little high. I mean, he is over this in 5 of the 6 games he's played this season, though. And I think they allow a bunch of big plays. Longest pass, 22nd. I think I like Pickens better because the targets have been there. The targets continue to stay there. Targets continue to stay there. I think if I had anything, I would like Pickens yards the best. Although the 4.5 receptions is a decent line too. $64.5 at FanDuel. I'm already on Dak, so it makes sense. It's definitely correlated. Our wide receiver 2 to go over. Quarterback to go over. Man, I'm thinking I'm taking George Pickens over 64.5 receiving yards. Locking that in. 112 at FanDuel. Oh. I don't think it's worth the 132 difference. No, let's go. Yeah, no, I can't complain about the longest reception here. I could go either. Ooh. But I just went receptions. But I'm not mad at the longest receptions for George Pickens either. I'm not mad at that either. Got it. Brock Bowers, been pretty underwhelming. 2 100-yard games and under in every other. Dealt with injuries a lot this season. Yeah, Pickens does get a lot of red zone targets, so that's not a bad look there either. What are the Cowboys versus tight ends? This is a hard line to read because obviously Bowers can go over at any minute, but he struggled this season. His quarterback play has been awful. It's a good get-right spot for him. What are his receptions at? Oh, no, Lord, no. They've got no one else to throw it to, though, so I don't know. I lean under Brock Bowers. I know Tyler Lockett, 44 yards last game. We actually cashed Tyler Lockett's. We bet on what? Over 17.5, 20+, 30+, and 40+. I think I took him up to 60. Now we're getting 28.5, a far different number than we got last week. I believe at 18.5. Maybe something live there. Trey Tucker should get some extra targets. 100% snap share last week, just the 3 targets there. However, let me go check. Do we have any touchdown boosts or promos? I haven't really noticed any, but 30% same game parlay, 25% in the NBA. I'm not seeing anything real cool on FanDuel. Let's go to DraftKings. Any promos we need to use up? If not, we'll get out of here. About an hour and a half deep. Pretty average show. 25% 4+. 30% boost, 3+ touchdown leg. That was over the weekend. Nah, nothing cool. No good boosts I'm seeing. To give you an anytime touchdown look, even if I don't bet it officially, my favorite. I need Javonte to score for fantasy. I'll tell you that. Pickens' red zone targets have fallen off since the return of CD. You got to hope that Vegas can even get into the red zone. Honestly, no real touchdown looks either. I think just 2 props here in the NFL. Let me add those here. 2 NFL props. I think that'll do it for me, dog. I think that's going to do it for the show. Today is the day we build that plus 5,000. Maybe Storch, a couple touchdown parlays or something because 50.5 is a nice total. Hopefully we get a – hopefully he has a day for us, dog. Hopefully he has a day for us. I got Bijan on my team as well, who finally had a good week. He'd been trashed the last 2, basically. Finally had a good week. All right, no new NBA underdog news. Let me go through. Hey, who said they saw Kawhi was officially out, though? I haven't seen that. Who said that? Who said they saw Kawhi was out? Say less. Where'd you get that? If he's out, I'd be interested in some Harden overs, but I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen that personally. All right, let me recap everything real quick. We'll get up out of here. I do appreciate y'all for tapping in on the daily. Everything I've bet so far today, Tyrese Maxey over 29.5 points. John Collins under 21.5 PRs. If you look around, you can actually find 22.5s right now. I might bet that again depending on the Kawhi news. Evan Mobley under 9.5 boards. Norman Powell over 3.5 3-pointers made. That's all for the NBA. 2 NFL. Dak over 249.5. 250 plus at any book. Although Rivers is 249.5 on the straight line. George Pickens over 64.5. That says rush yards. Lord, no. Receiving yards. And that will do it for the show. All right, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. We will be back tomorrow. Best of luck tonight. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Until then, man, let's go.